Hula here. Hope you guys are having a great day. For this video, I'm going to kind of do a more in-depth review on the LORAC AfterGlo palette. I just showed this in my birthday haul. I'm not sure if I'm going to post that video before this, after this, around the same time as this. It'll probably be before this. But I just kind of want to talk a little bit more in depth about this palette. I have a story kind of about this palette. And yeah, so for your birthday, if you are an Ulta Platinum member, you get a $10 off any purchase, like anything in the store. So for some reason, I really latched on to this palette and I was like, this is the thing I'm going to spend my $10 on. This is a $24 palette, so with the $10 off, it's $15. It's really pretty. I saw some YouTube videos on it to that's kind of how I decide if I want to purchase something. I go watch YouTube videos like everyone else does. And so I decided this was the thing I wanted. I went to Ulta with my mom when she came down, we went shopping, and they had a whole bunch of them left. So I was like, cool, like when my birthday comes, because you only get the coupons for your presents like on your birthday for Ulta, whereas like with Sephora, it's for your birth month. And I waited and I got them and I printed them off and I went like immediately, and I went there and I looked and it was completely empty. So I was like, what is happening? Like these didn't all just sell out, did they? And so I went to an associate and I asked her, like, can you help me find this item? Like, it was completely full a couple days ago and now it's completely empty. And I think I spoke with the manager of the store because she referred to the other employees as her girls and stuff. So I'm assuming she had like a higher role. And she said, oh, like we just pulled these off the shelves like this morning and they shipped back to the company like this morning. And I was like, oh, because this is what I wanted to use my birthday coupon on. And so she was super kind, and she went and she looked in the back and she couldn't find any. She just found the tester and she's like, let me go look in one more place. And she came back and she asked, is this what you wanted? And I was like, yes. Oh my god. She found me one. So thank you. Thank you so much, Ulta manager person lady. Like, I appreciate how much time and effort you put in to help me find this. And I was really sad because I was like, my birthday's ruined because I don't get my eyeshadow palette. And she found me one and my birthday was like the best thing ever. So really pumped about that. So just, I'm over the moon by the service there. Like sometimes in Ulta, I don't get the best service, but she was so kind and so helpful. I just want to give her a shout out. Thank you. You were awesome. So, talking about this palette, I debated whether or not I was going to even like do a review about it just because it isn't, I don't think, in the store anymore. It's limited edition for the summer. I know a lot of fall collections are coming out now, and you can still buy it online. I checked on the website, you can still buy it online, and in fact, you can actually get a sample of the LORAC Cobra mascara until the 26th with any LORAC purchase. So if you're interested in picking this up, buy it online and buy it pretty quickly because I'm not sure how long it's going to stick around. But look at this like packaging. Like this packaging alone is a stunning color. It's this beautiful like teal, blue, green color with gold. And Kohl's also had another palette. This is exclusive to Ulta, the Afterglow. Kohl's had one too called like Summer Glow or Bronze Glow, and it was a brown. And the shades are very similar between the two, but I did see some reviews that talked about how they are different. But I went with this one just because, like I said, it was a $24 palette and it has 10 colors in it, which is pretty good. It has this little plastic cover, which I will now remove because it kind of bugs me. And these are the colors here, and again, like these are unique colors. These aren't colors I have. I really wanted something vibrant and bright. I have a ton of neutrals in my collection, but I don't really have anything bright like this. And so one of the other things I've heard too in the YouTube videos is that this formula is not as good as the LORAC Pro palette formula. This is the first LORAC product I've ever used, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. But people have said like the LORAC Pro stuff feels a lot more buttery, it's a lot more smooth, it blends better. And these are a little bit more stiff, a little bit sheer, but again, like this is a $24 palette. You know, it is nice in travel size, it has a good variety of color, and I technically only paid $14 for it because I had a $10 off coupon. So I thought that was really cool. So I just kind of wanted to swatch these colors for you guys. I believe only two are mattes, 2 or 3 are mattes. Most are like shimmer or like pearl colors. So I'm just gonna kind of go like in these sections where like these 4 and then this top color here. And I'll just kind of show you guys. So we'll start with this guy here. This is kind of a shimmery, chocolatey, milk chocolatey brown color. And I have swatched these and played with this a little, and these are definitely sheer, but that kind of makes them more wearable, especially for such bright colors. Like I know like I wear kind of a lot of bright colors when I do videos, but that's kind of because I feel like I can play with my shadows in these videos. But I think these make it a lot more wearable, which is nice. This is kind of like a yellowy gold color. This was a little bit powdery, kind of a little bit stiff feeling. Again, pretty sheer, but you do get a nice wash of that like yellow gold color. So that's it there. Then this green, which I think is pretty. I'm really into green eyeshadow right now. And I'm not really sure why, but this seafoam green is really pretty. This, it's a satin. So like these other two are kind of more metallic-y. This green is kind of more of a satin. And then this last one, this kind of like peacock teal. I think this might be a matte. Not sure. Yeah, this one's a matte. But it's a nice matte. Like usually I'm used to mattes being really chalky and kind of hard to get pigment from. But that actually turned out really nice. So that's that matte peacock color. And then finally this white-ish color down here. I actually noticed that this is kind of more of like almost a really, really, really super pale baby pink kind of cream. Like to me there's pink in it. I don't know if that's just my skin showing through. But that's it there, so that's kind of like the blending color. This one I think is matte as well, and it is a little bit chalky. But that's kind of that side there, so very pretty. I mean, I'm definitely into that seafoam green. I think my favorite is that milk chocolate brown, just because it has really good pigmentation and it blends super well. And I do kind of have an issue with the peacock color. It kind of stains. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, maybe not, but I find that it stains my finger. Like after I try and clean it off, I'll have remnants of it left over that I can't get off. So not a big fan of that. Like that's kind of one of the reasons why I avoided the Urban Decay Electric palette is I mean, not that it really matters that the pigments aren't really for use around your eyes. I mean, those things are kind of acceptable in Europe and we just have kind of a funny system. But they stain, you know, they have the tendency to stain the skin around your eyes, and I don't know if that's something I really want in my eyeshadow. See? You can see that it stained my finger. My voice is also starting to crack because I've been doing a lot of videos, so I do apologize. So then I'll do this other side here. So this side with this color up here, we'll do some swatches of. So we'll start with this brown color. And this is a matte too, I believe. It's just like a deep kind of bark colored brown. I think this is a matte. I have a hard time telling between matte and satin sometimes. This might be a satin. It does seem to have some reflection to it. That is that color there. So again, sheer, but very, very wearable. And then this color, which is a really pretty kind of corally color. And that's that color there. I like this color a lot. This color I think is pretty unique. It's like a papaya color almost. And I think this might be a satin. There looks to be like a little bit of gold shimmer to it. But it's just like a really pretty papaya coral color. That's that color there, and then this middle one here, which I think is a satin. This one actually might be a matte. This should be a really good blending or like brow bone highlight color. It looks darker in the pan, but it's really close to my skin tone. I don't know if you guys will be even able to see that, but it's like a really light brown color. And then finally this purple, which is super gorgeous, which I'm going to do over my stained finger. That's that purple there. This one is a matte. And it's just kind of like a vibrant, this is very, very close to like Radiant Orchid, but in a sheer form, so very wearable. And then finally, this neutral kind of color. This is a satiny, kind of peachy, pinky color. It's definitely a lot, like obviously pink compared to the other one, which might actually be just like a cream beige, and it just looks pink through my skin. But there, it's kind of like a shimmery baby pink. So that is that side. So let me get those cleaned off. So those are the swatches of that palette. I mean, for $24, you get 10 colors. I think it's worth it. I mean, especially for the summer, for a limited edition palette with some brighter colors. I think it's definitely worth it for the $14 I paid for it with my $10 off coupon. But if you're interested in this, like, definitely check it out as quick as possible. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to go to the store to play with it, just because I don't know if it's even still in stock in stores. It is still online. Not sure if it's going to go in their sale section anytime soon. It might. I don't really know how those things work, but you do get the Cobra, like a sample of the LORAC Cobra mascara for free. And for my very first LORAC purchase, I think this was a kind of a fun way to start. I mean, it's definitely pretty, very summery, very unique. And yeah, that is kind of my first impressions, review, swatches of the LORAC AfterGlo palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.